Barricade rides, videos for motorcycle enthusiasts. We are once again at Emerald City Harley with David, and we're going to go over, I think, my opinion, the most badass custom bike they have on the floor. 2019 Harley Davidson Road King Special.
Hey everybody, welcome back. David again with Emerald City Harley Davidson. I want to just talk about this bike. First thing I want you to do is just sit back and look at this bike.
What are some of the first things you notice? Post that down in the comments. Let us know the first thing you notice about this bike. Me personally, it's all the red.
Yeah. It's just enough red to keep it interesting. It's not just another vivid black Road King, but the way this bike has been done, I mean, tasteful doesn't even begin to cover. It's immaculate the way it's been done, the way it's been cared for. As you mentioned in the intro, this is a consignment bike for us, somebody we know very well. This is a 2019 Road King Special in the vivid black. It's got the Milwaukee 8114 engine, 2-in-1 and a 2 exhaust. Gives you that back pressure that you expect, that low end torque you're looking for from a Harley. 6-speed transmission. It's on the touring frame, so extreme comfort. Road Kings are just so nice to ride. You've got twin disc floating rotor brakes up front. You've got floating rotor in the rear. This bike comes with ABS. So you've got great stopping power to match the pulling power of the engine. You've got the extended one-touch saddlebags. Lots of nice storage, easy to remove with just 2 little levers for cleaning your back wheel, cleaning your back suspension, if you want to detail the bike.
What I love about this is the drag protection it has right here.
Yeah.
So this bike is made to lean in the corners and it's protected.
It's a touring bike, but it's also a performance bagger. The other thing is on this side, when you pull this bag off, that gives you access to your adjustment for the rear suspension. The touring suspension on this bike, very comfortable right out of the factory. Floorboards, this one has the heel toe shifter. It's got the highway bars, great protection for the bike, great protection for the rider. And then this vivid black is just classic Harley Davidson. Love the way it looks. You can't go wrong with the black Harley. That's why we sell so many. It's always the #1 seller every year, and it's the only color Harley makes every year. So, this started out as a 2019 stock Road King. And when we talk about Harleys, when I'm selling somebody a bike, I always make sure to mention them. My job is to find your bike. My job is not to sell you a bike. My job is to help you figure out, all right, if you're going to be on a Harley, what's going to resonate with you? What's going to match your riding style? What's going to match the fit that you're looking for? What's going to match that kind of that balance between fun and performance, but also comfort and longevity? So when I get somebody on a bike, the other thing I tell them is, I think this is your bike, and the beautiful thing about it is that you can really make it your own by customizing the bike. And that's exactly what this owner did. So I'll go over a few of the things he did. Starting up front. First of all, I love these red painted calipers. The way they just kind of pop against the rest of the black, that blacked out wheel. And you know, not only do they perform well, but they look really cool. Another thing is, he did Performance Machine grips. These are really nice grips, super sticky, and it really helps prevent cramping when you're rolling on the throttle. Of course, this bike does have cruise control. Another thing he did, this thing has LED lights all the way around. So you've got LED turn signals, and I love these turn signals because they're running lights. When you signal, they turn amber. When you go back, they become that white halo again. Matches this headlight really nicely, LED headlight. Super bright. You've also got the LED lights in the rear, and you've got the LED skirt light at the bottom of the fender. So when you hit the brakes, these things really light up. It's throwing a lot more light. I can see it reflecting off your jeans. It's significantly more light. So man, it's really clear when this bike is stopping. So great lighting. The other thing that he did was on the tank, he did these flush mounted fill. It's your gas fill, right? This is like what comes on the CVOs now. Just press in and twist, there's your gas fill. Tighten it, press in and twist again, and it locks down. And on this side, he did the LED fuel gauge, just a ring of blue lights. The more blue lights, the more fuel you have. Really cool, nice feature. And it, when the bike is off, you almost don't see that those are there. It gives it a really nice look, nice clean look. Still very functional.
And that custom badging though.
That, for me, that's the pièce de résistance on this bike.
Black in the front, and it's got a second layer that's red.
Yep. So these were custom made by a shop up in, I believe up in Mukilteo. They were modeled after the badging from last year's CVOs. I love the simplicity of the barn shield with no words. You know immediately what it is, but that red set behind it, it's super subtle, it's super tasteful, but it really stands out against that black tank. And it's a really cool custom look. So not only can you customize these bikes with tons of parts that are available, but you can have stuff made for it too. So there's no other Road King that I know of that has that emblem on it. Very cool. The other thing is this bike has, I believe, stage 1, so you got the high flow intake already. You got the 2-in-1 and 2 exhausts, as I mentioned, but he did the Rinehart exhaust. And for me, on a touring bike, you don't get much better than Rinehart. It's that perfect mix of, it's got that nice pop when you roll on the throttle, but otherwise, when you're just kind of cruising along, it's got that nice throaty growl to it. And of course, because they're coming out the back of the bike, it's not like some of the bikes where you have a real loud pipe in your ear right beside you. It's nice, kind of throws it out the back, you still hear it, gives it that nice classic Harley Davidson sound. But the performance on this bike is phenomenal. The look of this bike is phenomenal.
We got the red cables.
Yeah, the red spark plug wires. I mean, just again.
Screaming Eagle brand.
Yep. He just really thought it through as he was customizing this bike. It's not overdone. It's very simple. It's very tasteful. It's very quality. And man, what a great bike. Just phenomenal. Definitely agree with you. I think it's the classiest, nicest, most nicely put together pre-owned bike we have on the floor, for sure.
And I'm a strong believer, less is more. And this less here is so much more. And I think there's only a couple things I'd want to do. I would change out the air cleaner just for a different look. Mm-hmm. And then I would say the bars, but those bars really don't need to be swapped out.
You know, the riding position, the gentleman that owns this bike is about my size, and I see why he has it set up. Now, my arms are stretched a fair amount. I couldn't get much more length, but they're still not locked up. So it's kind of the max. The beauty of this is you can pop this cover off and roll these bars back and forth super easy. So you could be here, you could be here, and anything in between. So the ability to just customize that with the bars that are on the bike now.
And then the way your shoulder's positioned, your hands aren't above your shoulder, which is perfect. Prevents the tingling.
Yeah, you want them between your heart and your shoulder for max blood flow. You get up too high, the blood drains out of your hands. You get too low, you're leaning on your hands, your fingers fall asleep. But this position right here, man, you know, it kind of matches the name of the bike. I feel on this bike, I kind of feel like the king of the road out there.
And every king needs its crown, so I would also add a CMC Motorsports El Rey.
There we go.
It's my favorite customized part on a touring bike.
It's a gorgeous bike. We are trying to sell this for the owner. You really can't go wrong with it. We'd love to show it to you. So come on by and check us out. We're on 188 and 99 in Lynnwood, Washington.
Let me introduce you to my favorite person and our favorite resident, David.
You're such a jerk.
Resident of the month.
Such a jerk. Yeah, I give up.
David. I had to, man.
Let me know in the comments what you think of this bike. I think this thing is absolutely beautiful. And thank you again, Emerald City Harley and David, for showing us this beautiful ride right here. Many of you know I'm a Road King fan, and I would love to own a Road King special of this caliber right here.
So what though? I'm a huge fan of your Road King too. You're the classic example of somebody buying a bike, making it their own. There's no other bike out there just like yours, and it's awesome. It's kind of old school Road King. I love it. It's a great bike.
Also, stay tuned. Next week or the week after, I'm installing some new parts on that Road King, so you guys are going to want to check that out as well.
Nice.
And if you guys have a guess of what I might be doing, go ahead and post those in the comments as well. And if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys are doing all those things, I'll stop begging for it.
Fair enough.
And once again, if you guys are looking for a fantastic bike and an amazing deal, head over to Emerald City Harley in Lynnwood, Washington. Hit up my boy David, and he will definitely hook you guys up and let him know Barricade sent you. And as always, brothers and sisters,
Stay safe.
and ride your ride.